Hello, my subscribers, and I would like to do a book review, not detailed, but just tell you what I'm reading and tell you a little bit about it, just to give you an idea of what I like to read. Okay, first of all, I'm going to position the camera if I can to show you all my books right there. Sorry, right there. Okay, so I'll just go one by one. I'm not gonna show you all of them together. What did I want to show you first? Um, I guess I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm a Yankees fan, by the way. This book here, it's by Stephen King and that other writer. Do you see it? It's like an Irish name or something. The Stephen King and that other dude wrote this book, Faithful, and it basically says to diehard Boston Red Sox fans, chronicle the historic 2004 season. I was super depressed after that loss in the ALCS for a good week or two. But it opened my eyes to a bigger world, especially after reading this book. I saw this in a Dollar Tree, so I got it for $1. And I was like, why not read it? Why not give it a chance? I like Stephen King. I'm sure the guy he co-wrote it with is pretty cool too. He's Irish. I'm part Irish. Um, so, figure why not? Why not give this a chance? This is the back picture. See? Some celebrating. And I already started to get the realization that I didn't really hate the Red Sox. But after reading this, I realized not only do I not hate the Red Sox, but I respect the hell out of them because every fan of every team in every single sport wants the same thing. We all want to win. We all want that elusive ring at the end of the year. And this taught me that, and the fact that, I realized it's just sports. You'll lose a lot in sports. It's just inevitable. The Red Sox lost for 86 years. Now they're the winningest team in the, in the sport this century. So, and then I guess you get the Giants had a little dynasty. The Cardinals did. So this book opened my eyes. I have a lot of respect for all our rivals, and in football too. I'm a Giants fan. I don't hate the Cowboys. I don't hate the Eagles. Some of the fans could be a little weird in Philly, but you know, they're diehards, so they love their team, just like I do. So, well, that's what it is. It is what it is. Okay, next book up, Michael Crichton's Micro, and he wrote it with Richard Preston because he was dying of cancer and he knew it, so he asked this guy to help him finish it when he couldn't do it anymore. I started reading it in December, I believe, of 2013, and then I got lithium poisoning and almost died. Ended up in a hospital. Almost ended up with. I could have ended up in a coma if my parents would have waited a day or two to take me to the hospital. And I was in the middle of the book, so my parents brought it to the hospital thinking maybe I'd want to read it, but I was so out of it that I decided not to. I also had kidney failure with that, and luckily I didn't need kidney dialysis, so I healed up pretty quickly. Good food at the hospital, good nurses, good doctors, and I was out of there in I don't know. I think I went in Monday or Sunday and got out on Saturday or something. Oh, I was in there 5 days or so, something like that. So, but when I got out, I started reading this again and I finished it. It was a really good book. Really good book. I love Michael Crichton. Good book. Good Michael Crichton books are always the best, and they're all good. Okay, the next one I will review is Shadows of the Empire by Steve Perry. This is considered a Legends book. I guess it wouldn't be canon anymore, but there's nothing in it that contradicts the movies. I would love to see them make a movie out of this. It is essentially about the time in between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, when they're kind of finding out where Han Solo is, how to find him, how to get him. And this guy here, this guy here is a smudge on the book. I don't know if I can get it off yet. There we go. It's probably just like some kind of drinker or something right there. The guy, the lizard guy right there is the bad guy. He gives off pheromones to women to make them, attracted to him. And he got to Leia, by the way. He almost hooked up with her when she was in love with Han Solo. Kind of like that blue guy in the Orville Derudio. Yes. Okay. Very funny guy. Okay, where are we going to go next? Okay. Next, we're going to go... And I'm not going to get into politics. I'm just going to talk about... I am a big fan of the Obamas. I'm not bringing up politics. I'm just saying I like them a lot. And this is all about becoming Michelle Obama. What is it called? Becoming Michelle Obama. It is a really good book that really shows her character and what a great person she is. And it's a really good book. I will read you the back of it. There's a lot I still don't know about America, about life, about what the future might bring. But I do know myself. My father, Fraser, taught me to work hard, laugh often, and keep my word. My mother, Marion, showed me how to think for myself and to use my voice. Together in our cramped apartment in the south side of Chicago, they helped me see the value in our story, in my story, and the larger story of the country, even when it's not pretty or perfect, even when it's more real than you want it to be. Your story is what you have, what you will always have. It is something to own. From the preface. That's from the preface of the book. So, not only do I love the Obamas, they're really decent people, they're down to earth, but there's also a good podcast. It's on Spotify. It's got Barack Obama and the singer Bruce Springsteen, and it is really good. It's almost like ASMR or drinking hot milk. It's great to sleep to. I like that podcast. So, really good book. Really good book. Shows her character. Okay, next we're gonna go back to Star Wars. Here, Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. Oh my God, this is like the best new Star Wars book. She's a great writer. I've read a couple of her things. She just captures you. You care. She cares about the characters. It's a love story. A tragic love story that ends badly for them. I won't give too much away, but it is beautiful. It is beautifully written. It's just such a good writer. Claudia Gray. I would recommend her Star Wars stuff, and if she does anything else, I'd recommend that too. She's a really good writer. And I will not read the back of this. Just know that it is a really, really good book. It spans the entirety of the movies and the TV shows. Everything from the prequels to the Clone Wars to the old trilogy movies to everything all the way up to the Battle of Jakku right before the events of The Force Awakens. Very good, and that they even do scenes that are from the movies, and you're like, yeah, but it's from a different point of view. So it's really cool, really well written. Okay, next I'm gonna go Philip Pullman, His Dark Materials. Do I got that upside down? No, I do not. So that is correct. These are, the only way I could describe them is a kind of like Harry Potter, but more adult. They deal with different dimensions and religion. I believe the writer is an atheist, if I'm not mistaken. I think I read that online. Your books are The Golden Compass is the first one. The second one is The Subtle Knife, and the third one is The Amber Spyglass. They made a great BBC show that ended up on HBO eventually. That I really miss. It was a really good show. Had really good actors, and then Daphne Keane played Lyra. She's going to be in the new Star Wars, The Acolyte, which takes place 100 years before The Phantom Menace, and has even Wookiee Jedi, and it's kind of the birthplace of the Sith. Not fully, but the modern Sith from the movies. And anyway, but these books are all about religion and suppressing the truth, and kind of reminiscent of what's going on today in government. So, very good books. And fantasy, different dimensions and stuff. Awesome, just really good, really well written. Philip Pullman is really good writer. I believe he is British, I think. Okay, the next one is Rising Sun by Michael Crichton. This is all about a murder and a rape in a building, a Japanese building, and how it's all about the corruption of the U.S. government, and how they basically bend over backwards, basically for the Japanese and their government, and hide stuff, and it's corruption in government and stuff, and really, really good book. I don't know how relevant it is for today's relations with Japan, but it's a really good book. It's a really good book, and they made a movie, but I believe the book is so much better. I saw the movie; it's just so much better than the movie. It's just really good. Again, all of his stuff from Jurassic Park. I didn't read Congo yet. I bought it, but I didn't read it yet. I'm sure it's really good, way better than the movie. So really good. Rising Sun. You really, really feel for the writer. I mean, for the detective, and really good, really good. Okay. Next is another Michael Crichton. I'm going to end with one more, and it's not a Michael Crichton, but this one is also about another investigation into a crash and the corruption in the FAA and the government, and how they hide stuff, and really, really good book. Again, I don't know how relevant that stuff is to today's FAA, but if the Malaysian flight has anything to do with this, I think it's still pretty corrupt, big time, because we still don't know what happened to that flight exactly. We have theories, but no one quite knows. So this is a really, really good book. Okay. Let's see what we got going here. Next we have Jim Henson, the biography by Brian J. Jones. Very in-depth, really tells you a lot about Jim Henson and his life and death and everything in between. I learned so much, and I think personally there could have been ways to prevent his death if he would have taken care of himself a little bit better. I won't get totally into detail about that. I don't want to give it away. And this is the back picture. It's so cool. It's like Jim Henson with all his Muppets. And he went to University of Maryland. I'm from Maryland. My sisters went to Maryland. My sister Tracy graduated from the University of Maryland. So this book, if you're a Muppet fan, if you grew up with Sesame Street, if you grew up with the Muppets, which I did, if you grew up in Maryland and just am a fan of anything to do with Jim Henson, the Fraggle Rock, the fantasy worlds, obviously, you've got the Dark Crystal, which I love the new show. I can't believe they're not making more. I mean, Netflix, come on, make a new Dark Crystal show. We want the sequel to that, which was actually a prequel to the first one. And also The Labyrinth. Oh, wow, do I want another Labyrinth so bad. I know we don't have David Bowie anymore. He has passed away, sadly. But what a great guy he was. What a great person. Great singer, great entertainer. proved he can act in Jim Henson's The Labyrinth. But you know, maybe they could do like a prequel or something and get an actor that's like him or something. I'm sure if you do good casting, you can find someone that can fill the boots, so to speak. So these are the books. These are the books that I'm gonna pile them all up here. See if I can't like not knock them over or anything, and maybe show you them all piled up here. If I can do that. There we go. Let me show you guys. There we go. Hopefully they don't fall over. Those are the books. All the books I showed you. Right there. Okay. I think this is gonna be the Saturday video, or I just might want to release it earlier than that. Probably not tonight. With tonight, it's Tuesday night. I don't know. I also do videos Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll release this on a Wednesday. Just look for it. Look out for it. Well, if you're watching this, you're probably already looked out for it. That's a stupid comment, kind of. Yeah, sometimes I'm not thinking with my head. But anyway, I would like to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful time of it. Hopefully everything's going well with everybody, and everything's going well. I wish you all well, and God bless, and may the force be with you, and happy whatever day it is, whatever day I release this. Thank you, and good night.